All right, in this lesson, we're going to talk about percent proportions and equations, solving problems with percentages. So percentages are used frequently in real life and can be solved two ways. We can set up a percent proportion using the formula below and then solve like a proportion. This is what we have been doing. I'm going to stick with this way of doing it. You can use a percent equation, which is part equals percent times the percent as a decimal times the whole. Now, this way right here always works. So I'm going to go with percent over 100 equals part over whole and stick with that. So let's go ahead and set this up. When I set them up, I always do percent over 100, and I'm going to put P over W for part over whole. And really a word problem, if you work through the word problem, you're going to find that it's easier to figure out part and whole as you read it. So the 7th grade class held an end of the year dance. Of the 300 7th graders, 246 decided to attend. We're looking for what percent of the 7th grade class attended the dance. So start with the parts that you have. Of the 300 7th graders, you got to decide if that's part or whole. Well, 300 is the whole group of 7th graders. But part of them, only 246 attended the dance. And then when you have a leftover space, that's where you're going to put your X, because that's the percent, and it's a percent spot. The leftover space is where your X goes. You can pick a different letter, but I generally use X. Now we're going to cross multiply this guy. So we're going to go X times 300, so 300X equals, this is what we did our last unit, 100 times 246 is 24,600. Okay. Then we're going to divide. We divide by what's in front of X. Okay. And X is equal to, and then we get 82, and it becomes 82 because we're looking for percent here. It's 82%. You must have the percent sign with that. Okay, now let's keep going. We're going to keep looking through these. Again, you're going to do same step. Percent over 100 is equal to part over whole. A farmer decides to sell 32 pounds of his 96-pound potato crop. What percent, that's our X, of the crop did he sell? So he decided to sell 32 pounds of the small 96-pound crop. So the whole crop was 96 pounds, but he sold 32. Our empty spot is X. We're going to cross multiply. Feel free to pause this at any time, because I may go a little too fast. You should be practicing these. You shouldn't just be copying them down. Make sure you're trying them out. And this one becomes 33.3 repeated. And because we're talking about percent, it gets the percent sign. Okay? So we're going to keep going. Again, set it up. You notice I haven't even read the problem, but they're all set up the same. Percent over 100 equals part over whole. So on an average Saturday, 15% of tickets are sold that are child tickets. If there are 460 tickets sold on Saturday, we're looking for how many were children's. So 15% goes here, so 15. There were 460 tickets sold on Saturday. That's your whole. We sold 460 tickets sold total. We're looking for how many child tickets. We're going to go ahead and cross multiply. You should be working these out yourself. Use your calculator. Divide by 100. So here my X is 69. And since we're looking for child tickets, we're just going to put child tickets. You should be labeling these. Again, if I'm going too fast, pause it, work the problem out each time. If you're not practicing, you're not learning. Okay, so percent over 100 is equal to part over whole. read the problem through. Campus demographics include 480 female students, represent 64% of the population. How many students are enrolled? Okay, if 480 of them are female, that's only part of the population. We're looking for the whole student body there. We're gonna go ahead and cross multiply. Divide. You get 750 students. Okay. Got one more to do. Okay, so Trisha made 56% on her science test. She got 14 problems correct. How many questions are on the test? Again, same setup. Percent over 100 equals part over whole. So we got 56% on our test. Of the problems we did, we got 14 of them correct. So we only got part of them correct. So we're looking for the number of questions. You're now going to cross multiply and solve. Okay, divide. It should be 25 questions on the test. Okay, so here we go. We look at this. The only problem that I've noticed, first of all, here are all your answer choices. You're going to do a lot of rounding. The only one that we've had some issues with is this one. Number 2, 14% of the town's population is over the age of 65. Now, I need the 14%, but I don't need the age of 65. That's just extra info. There are 320 residents that are over the age of 65. Again, don't need the 65. Approximately what's the town's population? So they want to know the whole. So when you're filling this in, you're going to do 14 over 100 is equal to 320 is parts over your whole there. Okay? Just getting you started on that one. Remember, with population, we can't have a part of a person, so you have to round up to the nearest whole.